What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is DNN the Movie Men. I'm Dan.
And I'm Nate, and this is our spoiler review for Avengers EndGame.
Alright, welcome back, guys. Sorry we've been away for a while. School has been kind of a lot for us, but we are back for the summer. We're going to try to post more regularly with more reviews about movies and Tuesday Talks, but there are a lot of summer movies this summer that are going to be amazing, most likely. So
Hopefully. We're
going to get a lot of reviews to you guys, so hopefully you guys can enjoy these movies too. But what other better movie to start the summer off, kind of summer, than Avengers EndGame? I mean, it's this is a full spoiler review. It's Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers have lifted the ban warning for the spoilers, so it's fine. The spoilers here, warning in case you have not seen it. What are your initial thoughts on the film?
Okay, my initial thoughts, I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any better way to end the Infinity Saga
Agreed.
than with this film.
I agree.
You?
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's literally everything that a nerdy kid superhero fan, basically MCU fan, has wanted and never thought could be, but is. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in the film. There's a couple bad stuff, which we're gonna start off with first because we want to get the bad stuff out of the way so we can talk about the good stuff. Some of the bad stuff, not bad stuff.
Not terrible.
Not terrible. Forgivable stuff, I would say. One that we can definitely agree on is Fat Thor.
And when we were talking about Fat Thor, it was really good comedic relief and everything through like when he first came out,
Yep.
and then up until the battle. The point where it went kind of bad for me is during the battle, seeing Thor running around the battlefield, fighting people with the beer belly.
Yeah.
It didn't really fit for me. I didn't think it worked well with, I guess, the MCU. You know Thor. Or everybody knows. Yeah. Everybody knows Thor is the big buff guy.
He's got the Greek god sculpt going, you know?
Yeah, so I just wish we would have...
That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I just wish we would have been able to see that during the battle, but during the movie, I did not mind Fat Thor.
And
so this is not like a terrible thing. So
yeah, it's not the worst thing. When I saw it a second time, it was less irritating for me because I knew it was coming, and two, it doesn't detract from the film at all. If anything, it adds the kind of humor that Drax was in Guardians of the Galaxy 4. So in a way, he kind of replaces Drax's role as the comedic relief. And honestly, not that serious of a movie. It was kind of a more lighthearted film than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought like throughout the entire like time traveling sequences, like it's pretty lighthearted and you got the Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
America's ass.
And the one thing that I noticed after rewatching a second time, about the lightheartedness is that right after the opening scene when Hawkeye's family dies, it goes straight into happy like acoustic guitar music. Like it's like, oh, his family dies. Let's just mosey on down the country road singing songs. It's like it didn't quite hit the serious note that I thought they should have gone down. But I still like the tone of this entire movie because we didn't want to have a Batman v Superman when everything is just dark, scary, but it's the tone that you want in a Marvel film and are expecting from a Marvel film. Same tone as Infinity War, essentially. I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
Basically
the
same movie.
It's the same thing. Like up until everything, it's pretty much lighthearted. Then big battle comes and
then
serious awesomeness.
It knows when to be serious and when not to. That's the entire point. And I thought some Marvel films struggled with too much laughter and too much forced jokes. This one not so much.
Yeah.
I thought that it was well balanced as far as the jokes and the laughter. But yeah. Another weaker point was kind of convenient writing for us. Notably one being Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so my big thing about it was she just wasn't in the movie very much. It seemed like she wasn't really in the movie very much, and
no, she wasn't. It didn't seem like it. She wasn't.
Yeah, but like it seemed like the only reason, which it was the only reason, was to fly through the ship and destroy it. That was I feel like the only reason.
And to save Tony.
Yeah, and to save Tony, but like I feel like they could have somehow gotten Tony back in a different way, destroy the ship in a different way.
One thing that I will notice, would like to point out, is that he says that they're like 10 million light years away from Earth. Can Captain Marvel do the jumping through the space-time thing? Because that's the only other way that they'd be able to get back to Earth in the allotted time of the movie, without being at 10 million years. Because scientifically it's impossible, but we have to assume because of that she can jump through hyperspace like the other ships. Yeah, I noticed that. I'm like,
okay, I didn't think about that at all. That's kind of interesting.
So that was one of the irky things, and so she is almost the Deus ex machina of the film. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically the hand of God reaching out and saving everything. Oh, big, film turns. We're here to educate you people.
I had to, dude. You're the only one educating. I had no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not that educated. But anyway, we don't have to be educated to enjoy this movie at all. But yeah, the convenient writing, as far as Tony's Tony's glove and the nanobots being able to hold and power the Infinity Stones.
I don't think that's. Convenient writing.
Petrie the dwarf had to. What is Petrie?
Something like, I don't know.
The Tyrion Lannister in Infinity War. He had to forge it out of a heart from a dying star. I feel like his metal shouldn't be able to hold that much power.
Yeah, that's it's true.
It's a stretch, but it's one I'm willing to accept for the fact that it gave us one of the best cinematic deaths of all time. Oh. Tony's death. I am Iron Man is how he started. That's how he ended. It's
magnificent. It's Iron
Man.
Just great.
You can't ask for anything more from Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man and his entire character arc. Going on with him, I think it would just kind of be a waste. It's the saga. It's his saga essentially.
It really is a saga. He had his 3 movies out within the first 6 movies maybe, and there's
something like that.
It was something like that. So it's and then he's been in most of the movies. I would say the Avengers, all the Avengers, Spider-Man. I don't even know if he's in any other one, but still, it seems like we see him a lot. Yeah. So it definitely seemed like it was the best moment for him to go, and it was the best way for him to go because he started it. He needs to end it.
Yep.
That's how he would feel about it.
And while we're on the topic of his death and convenient writing and accepting the convenient writing for the good stuff in the film, let's get into all the awesome stuff of the film. Notably, the obvious battle. It is the greatest, arguably the greatest thing I've ever seen in cinema as far as battle wise go. You have Captain America fighting, and then he's got half his broken shield, and you're like, wow, what's gonna happen? And then you see the little sparky thing that's like.
Well, first you hear Falcon.
When
his voice was going, I was like, who is that? I can't really hear him. But then came through, and I was like, oh boy, this is it.
And the thing about that, they do the snap, and you're like, and then Thanos ships attacks, and then
you forget about it.
Exactly, you forget about it, and then once you hear his voice, you're like,
oh yeah.
They're back.
And then you see the portal and Black Panther come through and
then you're like, okay. So then you're like, okay, these big heroes, the named heroes are going to be back. You're like, okay, but there's still a giant army. And then you see the Wakanda soldiers and the Asgardians and everyone else. Then you have the ships and the Quinjets that are all there. They're like, okay, we got an air force. We got all our cavalry. It's like okay. Yeah.
So you knew it was gonna be a good fight, and boy, was it!
And then when they do the shot of the establishing shot of them seeing all the superheroes, and you see all the main guys lined up with the people in the background, and then you just stop at Captain, and you just know that he's gonna say it. You know that he's gonna say it. He says, "Avengers assemble for the first time." It's
like him and a half, I guess. He half said it in one of them.
At the end of Ultron?
I don't even know.
Yeah, no, Ultron. No, it was Ultron because Scarlet Witch was at the end, and he's like, Avengers, and then cut.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's Ultron. But he finally says it. Perfect moment, and then, I love when armies go rah. It's just rah, and then you have rah, and then it is, yeah. But anyways, before that, let's go to what happened before that with Cap's special moment.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Yep.
I called this like 3 months before. I really wish we would have done a prediction video because I would have got it right.
Yep.
And I was so excited. Like immediately when it happened, like I pointed at him, I pointed to my girlfriend. I was like, I told you. Like
and actually, when you think about it now, looking back at Ultron, it's actually more of a kind of more of reference important movie than people realize and how it gets like credited wise. One, we have Tony saying, we're that up there, that up there is the end game. We have Cap almost lifting up Mjolnir,
like wiggling it almost. Yeah.
So we have a couple little things in Ultron that's like, I see.
And you like in Ultron you have Thor getting like scared that he almost lifts it. Yeah. And then in this movie you can see the happiness on his face, or on Thor's face that Cap lifted. He's like, I knew it. Yeah. It's just like I have chills right now thinking about it. It's just it's cinematic beauty, and also with like what happened like before. There's a scene where Captain America is solely standing with the entire army. Yes. In front of him, and
beautiful shot.
It's just
beautiful shot.
There was a quote by him. He was like. It was like something about like it only takes like one man to take down an army. Yeah. And he was like the one man that was ready to take down. Like he was willing to take down the entire army.
There's no. The one thing that this movie excels at is like establishing the main people in their roles. Captain America. Sorry. Captain America is the general. Yeah. He is the person that will be up in the front. Tony is the father of everything, but he's the one that is like he has the most willpower. He's the one that will die first and be the last man standing for everyone else. And I think having that shot against Thanos and his entire army and still getting back up, perfect. And then Tony having his moment for snapping and saving everyone. Perfect. It's establishing those roles for those main people, and it is perfect. Like you just can't get any better than what we got in Endgame. I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, and a couple of shots, like the shot of Cap looking at the army, like that was an incredible shot. There's a lot of really, really beautiful cinematography in this, and I just really appreciate that. Like they had in the Battle of Winterfell episode for Game of Thrones, they had a lot of that too. And so I appreciate that in a giant battle, they take the time to make really cool shots. Yeah, they
try to make it look pretty and beautiful, aesthetically pleasing instead of just raw. Yep. They make it look good too, which is that. Not every movie does.
I mean, it's incredibly important.
Yeah,
it is. And one thing we have to point out alongside Tony's death is Black Widow's death. She kind of got not thrown underneath the bus, but like pushed underneath the rug. Like people kind of forgot about her at the end. Yeah.
I agree.
I
was definitely sad when it happened. Yeah. And then like I thought she like looked at who was it, Cap or was it? She looked at somebody, I can't really remember who. And was like, "See you in a minute." And it was like, no, not really. Darn. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, it seemed like since it happened earlier in the movie, it did kind of get brushed under the rug just because of the huge battle. But it's still very important.
Still very effective.
And,
I agree.
It was effective and made me a little emotional. And speaking about emotional, I have cried in maybe 5 films in my life. Mm-hmm. And now Endgame is one of them. I absolutely bawled when Captain America and Peggy were dancing. I told him this probably a couple weeks before. I said
at least a couple weeks.
I said if this is in the movie, I am crying. Yeah. Like I love love.
it's everything that we wanted for Captain America. Everyone knows, like, yeah, he's a superhero soldier, came out of the ice. He's this big hero in 2017, 2016, 2012, honestly. But really, at his heart, he's a normal guy. He loved Peggy. I mean, it's where he belongs. Like, he's not in this futuristic man that we've known him to be, and so bringing him back and then having him grow old, it's just a nice way of sending him off in the proper way that he should, honestly.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you have anything else, like, as far as highlight goes?
I mean, just pretty much the film is a highlight, but no.
Oh, one other thing that I do want to touch on, the fact that in the first 15 minutes of the movie, Thanos dies.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that still.
Was not expecting it.
I was not expecting it. I feel like I need to see the movie once or two more times to fully know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
My initial reaction was kind of like, I wasn't really into it, I guess. But
when you see that, I seen it a second time myself. It was like, obviously I knew what was happening, so it was like, it had less of an impact on me.
Yeah.
But this movie isn't for, like, the second time viewing. It's for the first time initial moments. Even though after the couple times you still go awesome.
Yeah.
You know. So, like, that is just mainly for plot's sake. And so I know after that moment it's like, okay, we thought we're gonna be fighting Thanos. How is this gonna go down?
Yeah,
and then
the movie happened, and we learned, and overall just good.
And the first time screening that, when they cut Thanos' head off, I'm like, wait, it was all those shots of Thanos being in the shots in the trailer, the CGI shots that could have been faked,
like the Hulk running through, like running in Wakanda in Infinity War. We were like, is that this? Like, is this another thing? So, but I don't know. Overall, like, what would you like rate this movie?
The heart says a 5 out of 5, but because there are no movie is perfect. No movie is perfect. Because there are some trade-offs, I'm gonna give this a 4.8 out of 5.
Interesting. Okay, so I would say probably a 4.6 out of 5, just due to like the small things that we. Okay. Did earlier, and nothing can really get a 5 out of 5. That is what my heart says. Yeah. But in reality,
see it again, and they'll go up to a 4.8.
I'm sure it will.
All right, guys. You guys have probably seen Endgame if you have been to this point in the video already. So if you guys have seen the film, comment below. Let us know what you thought of the film. What are the highlights? What are some of the downsides of the film? Let us know in the comments below.
And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome movie reviews.